because I'm used to walking out in here. Well, I mean, you can stay there.
Bad students.
You're a bad student.
You ready? All right, for the purpose of this lesson, this is a 10th grade world history class. All right, morning guys. Yesterday, we discussed Clovis, New Mexico. Do y'all remember what Clovis, New Mexico was about?
Yep.
Get your journals out, and for your bell work today, put in your journals what Clovis, New Mexico was famous for. All right. As a reminder, Clovis, New Mexico is where they found arrowheads. That's where the term comes from. A lot of people call arrowheads Clovises. Right? It is the first place in what is today the United States of America where they started finding settlements of people that date back this far. Okay. Today, let's move on and let's move down into Central America and the northern part of South America. All right. We'll move around just a little bit. Today we want to discuss two different cultures. First off, the Olmec, O-L-M-E-C. And second, the Zapotec, Z-A-P-O-T-E-C. These are two cultures that were in, like we said, that Central American area to the northern part of the South American continent. We call this area Mesoamerica. Mesoamerica. There are several ways that we can learn about people. We've discussed this previously. When we go in and do an archaeological dig, we find different types of artifacts. Okay? These are things that tell us about people. Maybe we look at their pottery. Maybe we look at the drawings on them. Okay? Maybe we find tools. Maybe we find weapons. This is all stuff that tells us about the different cultures. One way that we can do this when we find stuff that is well put together and well preserved, we can look at their art. Okay? In this instance, we're going to talk about some sculptures. The Olmec, they found huge heads. Okay? It's not bodies or anything else, it's just heads. These heads are as tall as we are. They're 6, 8, 10 foot in circumference. Okay? They're really, really big. Look how plain they are. Absolutely nothing ornate about this at all. The details there, the face is there, but they haven't gone to any trouble to make it look pretty. Okay? The Zapotec, on the other hand, first off, these are small. Okay? You can't really see that on here, but these are small. When we're talking about this, we're talking about statues that are waist high, statues that are knee high, for the most part. But look how detailed this thing is. Okay? Look at the detail they put into this. This guy's wearing a necklace. He's wearing earrings. He's wearing a headpiece that's got what I believe is a bird with feathers down it. And it's very possible that's a snake wrapped around there. Okay? If you can see, coming down, he's got pieces coming off of his arms. There is very, very intricate webbing patterns on those. So these Zapotec went to a great deal of trouble to present themselves, whereas the Olmec people were very, very plain about this. Okay? That tells us a lot about the way they see themselves. All right? That tells us how they perceive themselves to be. Also look at the differences. We're talking about two cultures that are really, really close together, geographically, very close together. Do these two people look alike? I mean, look at their facial features. Okay? Take all the ornate and the plainness out. Do their facial features look alike?
No.
No, they don't. Look at the noses and the lips. Over here you've got a long pointy nose. Here you've got a flat nose.
They're both ugly.
Okay, so you think they're both ugly? Okay. Right here you've got a little bitty mouth with little bitty thin lips. Over here you've got much thicker lips. So we see, again, two cultures that are relatively close together geographically see themselves totally different. And I think this part of it, is really cool. I'm not sure what this little piece is sticking off the top of it. I've asked a couple of people and nobody seems to have any idea. But if you'll look, this guy looks like he's wearing sunglasses. Okay. I don't know if that meant he thought his future was so bright he needed shades, but okay. This region of Mesoamerica had some good stuff, it had some bad stuff. First off, let's look at the bad stuff. Jungles all over the place. Lots and lots of jungles. What comes in jungles?
Animals.
Animals, wild animals. Monkeys, jaguars, mosquitoes that carry all kinds of diseases. Big colorful pythons and boas that you don't want to walk by too close to. Jungles. For anybody that doesn't know, jungles are extremely dense vegetative areas. Okay? There are a lot of places in jungles that the sunlight never hits the ground because the canopy, that's the trees above it, does not let the light through. Places that grass will not grow because no light ever gets there. They've also got swamps. We've got a lot of that around here. Everybody knows what a swamp is. Most of us have been out through the swamps before. Okay? What do you find in swamps? Snakes,
Everything.
gators, okay? Spiders, neutrina, all kinds of bad stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Lots of swamps in there. What can you do in a swamp? Nothing. Get stuck. Okay? But they didn't have four-wheel drives back then, so they probably weren't going to get stuck in it. Here's the big one. Rain. Lots and lots of rain. They had rain to the point sometimes it was what we would call a monsoon. Okay? They got, believe it or not, 100 inches of rain a year. Anybody tell me how many feet that is?
Nearly 8.
Nearly 8 feet. Nearly 8 foot. About 7.5 feet. About 8 foot. Okay? 8 foot. The ceiling in your bedroom is probably 8 foot tall. Typical ceiling in a house is 8 foot. That's 2 foot taller than I am. 2 foot taller than an average man. That's a lot of rain. Conversely, in Arkansas, we get about 3 foot rain a year. Some places get a little closer to 4. But that's still 2.5 to 3 times, 2 to 2.5 times more rain than we get here. The good stuff. Salt. What's salt good for?
Preserving meat.
Preserving meat.
Making it taste good.
Making it taste good. Okay? We're not going to worry about blood pressure. These guys weren't real worried about what their blood pressure rates were. But you can take salt. You can cure meat out, and the meat lasts longer without spoiling. So you don't have to go out and catch fish every day, or you don't have to go out and hunt every day. Also, if the meat goes bad, if you throw enough salt on it, you can still eat the meat because you're not going to be able to taste the bad in it. Okay? They had a lot of stone. They had a lot of rubber. Rivers. What do rivers bring us? Fish.
Water.
What kind of water?
Good water.
Good,
Fresh water.
not good water. We hope that it was good water, but be more specific.
Fresh water.
Fresh water. Okay, so a lot of these cultures that kind of grow up on the ocean fishing, excuse me, they can still come inland and find fresh water sources. A different type of fish that's actually a little easier to get to. Okay? Because we can get to the river a whole lot easier than we can get to the fish out in the ocean. As time goes on, what else can we do up the river?
Plant crops.
We can plant crops. We talked about this like with the Russians and all, and the Vikings coming in.
Oh, they make boats. And
They make boats and they're able to travel. Okay? So you've got a means of travel where you don't have to be on foot. Clay. Lots and lots of clay in this area. What do they use clay for?
Sculptures.
Sculptures, pottery, more importantly pottery. Okay? So when we cure this meat out, we can take it and stick it in a clay pot. Put a top on it. Harder for bugs to get to it. It's going to last longer. What do we do with wood?
Burn it.
We burn it.
Heat
Okay?
source.
We've got a heat source. We're in an area that's not necessarily known for being really, really cold, but we've still got the ability to have a heat source. We've also got the ability to do what to our food?
Cook it.
Cook it. All these jungle trees, soft wood, okay, soft wood, not gonna burn great, it's gonna burn better than nothing. What else can we build with wood?
Houses.
Houses, huts, structures, okay? It's easier to build walls. Land, lots and lots of fertile land, okay? If you've got a lot of rain, you're probably gonna have pretty good land. It makes it a whole lot easier to grow crops, which means you don't have to be out hunting for everything you get. Tar. Tar kind of falls in the same category as rubber. What do we do with it?
Patch stuff.
You can patch stuff. What can you do to your boat with a little bit of tar?
Waterproof.
You can waterproof it. If you can waterproof that boat, you don't have to worry quite as much about going out into the ocean. At some point, you can start waterproofing your huts so the rain doesn't come in on you while you're sleeping at night. Yeah. This is a picture of salt flat.
Ooh.
And that right there, that's what you're seeing. You're seeing actual salt. Okay? You're seeing actual salt.
Go get a piece of chicken and just.
Go take you a piece of monkey that you came up with in the jungle and scrape it through the salt flat. What this is old places where the seawater was up, and as the seawater evaporated, it left the salt. There's places like that all over the world. There's actually huge caves. You can get up in some places like Pennsylvania, and a lot of them, like over in Russia, that there are just huge underground caves that are full of salt, which is where most of your salt comes from today. All right. With that, we're going to look at some vocabulary words. We're going to look at some vocabulary words. First off, let me say, if anyone has any trouble reading that, let me know, and we'll go over it. All right, we've got 3 words we're going to look up, okay? As we go through this word search and do our vocabulary words, okay, we are going to put the definitions of these words on the back of your sheet, and then we're going to find the word, okay? Turn in your textbooks to page 240. We're going to start with the very first word, Mesoamerica. Okay? Let's look at the definition the book gives us of Mesoamerica. It is, according to your text, an area that stretches from central Mexico to northern Honduras. Okay? That's your definition you need to be writing. An area that stretches from central Mexico to northern Honduras. Okay? Like we talked about earlier, this is the central part of Mexico to the northern part of South America. Take just a second and look for the word Mesoamerica on your crossword sheet. Right. Now, on the Olmec, that's your next word, Olmec, or Olmec. I want you to list me 3 particular things I just told you off of our lesson about the Olmec. Don't give me stuff like they were not Zapotec or they live next door to the Zapotec. Give me facts about the Olmec. Right, while you're over there, while you're on the back page, go ahead and list me 3 facts about the Zapotec. Number 3, as a bonus, list me the chief crop grown in Mesoamerica. We did not discuss that today. I want to see. Yes.
Corn.
Corn. Maize, yes, that's the word we're looking for. It's maize. Hint, hint, hint. You're probably going to see that question tomorrow when we do some stuff. All right, flip your pages back over and find Olmec and Zapotec. All right, does anybody have any questions as we get into Mesoamerica? We will get a little bit deeper into their cultures tomorrow. We will talk about their religion, and we will talk about their agricultural practices. Somebody might be interested in finding out what animal they believed embodied all of their religious spirits.
Cows?
No, it was not cows.
Oh.
That was when we discussed the Hindus. Okay? It wasn't the pig either. Actually, it couldn't be the pig because the pig had not come over from Europe at that time. Okay? All right, with that, it is bell time. Guys, I appreciate it. I will see y'all tomorrow.